Welcome to the Handmade Daily. I'm Renee, and today I'm going to teach you how to make these really awesome patina, faux patina earrings. It's made out of ultra lightweight Sculpey, so they're really light. I know they're huge. They look gigantic, but they're really lightweight and really easy to make. So I'm going to go ahead and give you your supplies list, gather that up, and then let's get started. For this project, you need a silicone mold to use, some ultralight Sculpey, a sponge for paint, 2 colors of paint, mint and copper, sculpting tools, copper findings, amazing goop or E6000, and jewelry pliers. The foam piece is optional, but it makes the project easier. The silicone mold I'm going to use for this project is from Wilton. It's actually for fondant. I'm going to use this big floral mold. I'm going to start by conditioning my ultralight Sculpey just a little. And ultralight Sculpey kind of gets dry and crumbly if you don't condition it quite a bit. Go ahead and start mushing it in there. I take my time with this part and get in all the nooks and crannies and crevices and make sure that all of the detail is picked up in the clay so that it turns out exactly the way I want to. I don't want anything left out. So go ahead and smush that down, and then I'm going to take my mold and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to press my palm into the center of the mold that I used. After I have that pressed firmly, go ahead and lift it up, and ta-da! I'm just going to use my little spatula tool, it's from Sculpey, to pry it off of my work surface. And there shouldn't be anything left. Ultralight Sculpey comes up pretty clean. Now this is where the foam piece comes in handy. I'm going to lay it on there, and I'm going to take one of my head pins, and I'm going to put a hole and wiggle back and forth. This is why the foam piece is really nice. And then I'm going to go back through and fix just the little minor things. Make sure everything's nice and neat before I bake them. Now that they're baked, I'm going to start with brown. This isn't necessary, but I like the effect that it gives better if I start with a light sponging over the raised areas and go really light. Like I said, it's not necessary to do this particular step, but I think that it adds more dimension to the patina look. So go ahead and sponge just a little on there. It's a very light coating. Don't use a whole lot. Go ahead and get them both done. Let them dry, and then we're going to move on to the mint color. And this is going to go over, we're going to make it really thick. We're going to give it a thick, heavy sponging of paint. I use a sponge because it gives that ceramics texture that I'm looking for. Make sure and get all the little nooks and crannies in each piece. Toss the sponge like a boss. Now we're going to move on to the coppery color. This is really light. This is why I use a flat sponge. This is actually a miracle eraser cut up because it works really well. But this is a coppery kind of color, but you can still see the brown underneath the layer of mint green. It gives that nice patina look to it. It's really easy to get the effect if you go real light just over the raised areas. I'm using just kind of like a little stippling motion. And now that they're both done, let them dry, and then pick them up, take them, and just get the sides, just a light brushing around the sides so that it's nice and even. Now we're going to take a copper pin, an eye pin, and nip the eye off, and I'm going to take a sculpting tool and bend the pin over the midsection of the tool, and you're going to get this kind of U shape. And then we're going to take the little U shape, and I'm going to take the fat end of my jewelry pliers, and I'm going to roll one end over the fat end of the jewelry pliers. We're looking to make a really large loop. I need a big loop to fit through my piece. So take it and just Take your time to where it stays nice and even. You're going to get a big loop like this. Kind of open it back up with the tip of your pliers. Slip it onto your clay piece. Then take your pliers and pinch the opening shut. And you'll have a nice little earring. I'm going to go ahead and snip the excess of the ear wire off. You can leave yours long if you want to. I don't like it. And then put a little notch in it. That it just helps stay in place. You can paint the back if you want to. Now I'm going to take my amazing goop and my copper findings, and I'm just going to layer them. I'm just going to put them on the center. This is just added effect. You don't have to. I did. And there you go. Beautiful patina earrings. Hey, I hope you liked this project. Go ahead and subscribe to the Handmade Daily channel for more tips, tricks, and how-tos.